Fuck me.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the fifth round of Division 2 at the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. And as you can see, it is absolutely and positively pissing it down here in qualifying. My name is Felix1, and just as yesterday for Division 3, I am joined by PC Wooly. Hello.
Good evening again.
I just tried to mix hello and welcome.
Good
Welcome.
start.
There we go, yeah. As it stands, we've got a 16-car grid. Cheeseburger, who raced in the Division 1 Baku Grand Prix, also looking to make his Division 2 debut if he gets into the lobby at some point. He's having some connection issues. But it's looking like a dry race, according to Gabri. So, at least that is some good news for the drivers, I reckon. I think I personally would have preferred a wet race. That would have been fun.
Yeah. Not something I did like yesterday.
During the last week or so, we've actually had a few driver moves, which usually we don't even allow, but it was a bit of a messy situation. Mihai dropped to reserve. His seat was taken by Akuzin in the V-Cup. And then we had some new drivers joining the league. Sully took Action Rick's Mercedes, but... not Mercedes, Williams. Action Rick currently racing for Mercedes as a reserve. Sully not here today, so we'll see him in this new main seat from next week onwards. He's back as a main driver. Action Rick had to drop to reserve. But turned out to be here anyway, now. And I was talking about with Mihai, he dropped to reserve for like a day before the Baku Grand Prix, so his seat was given to Akuzin, who was looking for a main seat. Akuzin raced in Baku as a V-Carb main driver. Then Pinky rejoined the league, and he is now, well, he didn't want to be teammates with Ewak in the V-Carb, and the agreement we did in the end is that Akuzin has moved to Red Bull, since he really only did that one race for V-Carb. It's not that important for the Constructors' Championship. It's not like it's caused any sort of changes in that. Because the reason that we don't allow driver moves is it gets a bit messy in the Constructors, and it's just, I think, better for the Constructors' Championship if people stay with their team the whole season. But if a driver has gone from reserve to main, done one race, and then moves again, that's not really an impact, so that was fine for us. And also, the literally very next day, after the Baku Grand Prix, Mihai came into the chat again and said he's back to main. And then his VK was already given away, so we couldn't give that back to him. He's ended up in the Haas, replacing Lanky, who of course announced his retirement from league racing in the last week as well. So it's quite a few moves here in Division 2. The grid has been shaken up a bit. So we'll see how that goes throughout the season. Mihai and Gabri now, the new lineup for Haas, Pinky and Ewek, or Pix, in the V-Cup, Akuzin alongside Pocho in the Red Bull. And is that everything? Sully in the Williams now, alongside Always. There we go. That's everything. And for today, the reserves are Action Rick in the Mercedes, replacing Pup Dog. Alex G in the Alpine, replacing Edwin. And if he gets into the lobby, Cheeseburger in the Alpine as well, replacing Flavors. We're supposed to have another new driver as well, replacing Sully, actually, in the Williams. But he hasn't turned up, so that Williams is probably going to stay empty for tonight. But enough of that. The first lap, already halfway through, well, mostly through. So Aussie is coming towards Sector 2. He's on the full wet tires, got a bit of a mix right now between Inters and full wets. So we'll see how that develops over the course of the session. I can see a dry line, I think, already coming in a little bit. So I reckon we'll be on Inters, well, if not already, fairly soon.
I love to see the struggle because everyone is running dry setups because of the race. Just everyone's all over the place, just sliding around, fighting with the car. Oh, I miss those days.
And the first lap of the session, a 2 minute
2-1.
01450. Up next, the Mercedes of Max is finishing out lap. Then we've got the Haas, that is either Gabri or Mihai. That is Mihai, who's slightly ahead of Gabri, but he's actually abandoned this lap. So we've got Gabri next over the line on a hot lap, our current championship leader. Getting a bit of a toll from Mihai, not much though.
JM is definitely faster.
And then Gabri over the line on the intermediate is a bit slower than Aussies, and that I think tells us JM goes top as well. That at the moment at least the full wet is going to be the tire to be on. JM on the 202.2, 201.2 sorry, Aussie 201.4, Gabri 201.8, Pix 203.4, Mihai 224.8 of course, he was abandoning the lap.
Piquet is next on the Inters.
To 2.1, and yeah, it's staying consistent. The full wets are all faster than the Inters. Alex G 203.6 there.
Exxon 249.
Raul invalidated this one. It's going to start another one. We've got Sean into the last couple of corners, and he somehow doesn't invalidate through Blanchimont. That was definitely off track. And Sean with a horrid lap there, 205.2. Slowest of anyone, of course, bar Mihai, who didn't finish a proper lap. Sauber up to the line. That is Aussie finishing another lap. Or is he... No, he's up by a full second, actually. Not a cooldown lap by Aussie. He went straight up again and improves by a full second. 2 minutes, 00473. Not quite breaking another 2 minutes yet. We're getting close to it. Track improving. Maxi is all over the place coming out the last corner, and that's going to be a 2:01.895 despite that massive time loss in the last corner. So there does seem to be quite a bit of track evolution already. Of course, that makes sense. We've got 16 cars going around, drying the track. Gabi not improving. Mihai already out of EAS deployment, and he's only just come out of Blanchimont. That will cost him some time into the bus stop and out of the bus stop. But we'll see where he goes nonetheless. On the full wet, which seems to be the tire to be on right now, that's going to be a 2 minute 02.065, which puts him into 5th position for now. Pinky into the last two, into the last two corners, but he is not improving here. Right behind him is Pinky, who is also not on a push lap right now. The win, we've got a group of cars.
And Sean.
Yeah, Viral up to the line for sure. Not sure if any of those guys up ahead are improving. But Viral through the last corner, he hasn't put a lap in so far, so this will definitely be an improvement. Careful on the throttle on the exit, and that's a 158.928. We skipped the 159s. Viral the first one under 2 minutes, and he goes into provisional pole position by 1.5 seconds over Aussie. And it does seem that I think now the intermediate is the time to be on, I think very clearly. If we see the gap that Viral just put over Aussie, Sean goes into P3. 2 minutes 00613. Up next is Aussie, but he's not improving, so it's either cooldown up or back to the pit lane for him. And that is him back to the pit lane. Action Rig into the last two corners now. On the full wets as well. Hasn't made a switch to Inters yet. And over the line, that's going to be a 203.067. Mihai going back to the pit lane here. The Aston Martin ahead of him of JM is up by 1.3 seconds, and that's going to put him into second place. The second driver under 2 minutes, a 1:59.6, but also on the full wet, 7/10 of Viral.
Next.
And he is on the Inters, and he is up by 3 seconds here. That could be a new fastest time. Of course, he still has even more time to gain in the final sector, although he's out of ERS. And that is a new fastest time, and by a margin.
By a second, over a second.
57.8, and the track is almost definitely improving rapidly. I mean, we know Pinky is fast, but 1.1 seconds over Viral does seem a bit excessive. So I think the way it's going, the lap that will decide it all is going to be the last lap of the session, really. Kuko goes under 2 minutes as well. Sean back in the pit lane. Darby on the outlap now on the intermediates. So about to see him have a go on those as well.
Actually slow.
Maxi's up by 2 seconds as he comes out the middle sector and down towards Blanchimont. Behind him a Williams, I reckon, or Alpine?
Williams.
That's always with the new Golf livery as well. And there we go, Cheeseburger please now in control of the Red Bull. Maxi through the last 2 corners, and that lap is going to be under 2 minutes for sure. That's a 1:59.642. That's third place, right behind his teammate. And yeah, these last laps are going to be crucial. The track improving so much. Bazooka on the Inters through the bus stop chicane. How far up the field can he go? So far hasn't put a lap in. But the early laps, of course, are, well, almost entirely relevant at this point. Bazooka into the top 5, 59.711. JM now the only one in the top 5 on the full wets. But behind that, a lot more guys on the full wet still. Darby actually went on Inters early, but the track wasn't ready for those yet.
Rival is fastest in the first 2 sectors. Before 56 now.
And he's only got 1 more corner to go, and he still has a good one of ERS left. And gets the car stopped very nicely for the bus stop. Bit of wheel spin on exit, but that's definitely not going to cost him much time. 56.153, 1.7 seconds clear of Pinky, and we see even more track evolution here. It's insane how far the lap times have dropped. I mean, we started at, what, 2:02? We've gained 6 seconds already. We still have 5 minutes to go, the track could go even faster.
And the rain is still heavy, that's the thing.
Yeah, this is still heavy rain. This is just purely how much that they have dried the track by driving around. The rain itself that's coming down hasn't changed at all. Gabri over the line. That's second place, 57.1, a full second off Viral. And of course, if anything, Gabri had a drier track than Viral by, well, 2 cars worth of drying. But still, at the very least, the track was equal to Viral's, and that's just genuine pace Viral has over Gabri. Always down to the line, up next. So far hasn't put a lap time on the board. And he is P17 because of that. And he's gonna go into P4, 58.658. The gap's of course absolutely massive right now. Akuzin gaining 4 seconds in the middle sector. Which is a thing, I should not be saying that so often, but I think I've said multiple times now, 3 seconds, 4 seconds gain, 5 seconds gain.
You did.
Like, those are insane gains. But the track evolution is incredible. But of course it's a very long track, so that it makes sense, you can gain a lot of time when it starts to dry out. And Akuzin over the line jumps into the top 5, 58.869.
Up next is Aussie. Or also improving. Fastest first sector.
A 3 second improvement I saw in the middle sector, and that is going to be second place. Only 1.5 tenths of Viral was back in the pit lane. He's going to get a fresh shot right in the of qualifying to have 1 more go. Bazooka 7 tenths up in the first sector. Shaw gets another go now. Ferrari's right now in 10th and 11th. They need improvement for sure. Alex G jumps into the top 5 with a 5.5 second improvement. 58.0 from a 203.5 it was earlier. Vanderfox now out on track. The Rainmaster. We'll see where he goes.
Passed at sector 1. 82.7.
So Sean looking to get that improvement that he needs. Because Ferrari have got a lot to prove. Currently down at 11th and 12th. Like I said, they need improvements.
Really spins? No, saves it.
But still would have cost some time then for Sean.
On the limit.
Bazooka nearing Skatool, currently in P10, and he's gaining 2.5 seconds here. So also looking to jump quite far up the field. And he is also, I think, the next driver on a hot lap over the line. So still of Bazooka. This is coming through Blanchimont. He's got 50% ERS left, so plenty of charge he can use. Oh, actually not, he's out of the deployment for the lap. Just as he reaches the bus stop. But that run down to the line, I mean, I don't think it matters that much not to have much ERS or any ERS for that. Because you're barely full throttle anyway. 56.417, that's enough for third place, and it's just over a tenth behind Aussie in second. So the gaps at the front very close as well. Sean then, 4 seconds gain as well, and that could be enough for pole position if he has a good final sector as well. He only needs another half a second. That is going to be a 55.540, and indeed, Sean Moore on provisional pole here in Belgium. But has he timed that well? I don't know what the timer is right now because of the yellow flag.
210.
I wonder if he's got another lap in him. Or if that was his last one.
Has.
Alex G, well, the yellow flag won't go away since Alex G is out of fuel. That's perfect.
Under 2 minutes. Oh, Pinky, it's too late. That's
Yeah,
too
the
late,
guy still in
mate.
the pit lane might be in trouble.
That's too late. Only if you cut.
JM is next over the line. And it is the two, he is going to be gaining 4 seconds here. 1 minute 35 to go. So everyone is currently on an outlap or a slow lap has got maybe one more run if they make the line. Like I said, for Pinky that's going to be mighty close.
JM is next. Double pink.
And yeah, JM definitely challenging for pole position as well, gaining massively in the middle sector. The rain definitely decreasing as well a little bit now. And this is going to be JM's last lap. Doesn't have the ERS to go for another one. And that lap is going to put him into provisional pole by 1.4 seconds. Now, the track will continue to dry out though, so did he time that well enough? Otherwise jumps into 6th position. And the same goes for everyone else. I think they've gone a little bit too early here. You want to go as late as possible. I mean, of course, they could go for another run now, but they won't have a whole lot of ERS to do so.
Phantom is next in the... Oh, I think, yeah, it's gonna be
One is only lap here, and Phantom, how far up the field can that put him? Pole position! With only one lap right into death. 54.162.
Thanks, Sector.
Akuzin gaining 1.8 seconds. Currently in P11. Through the last two corners, and that lap is going to put him into P8. 56.995. Aussie hasn't validated, starting another run now.
I think he's just gonna make it.
Mihai up by 5 seconds, which only puts him at a 157 actually, so barely into the top 10. Gaining 5 seconds and being barely over top 10 is crazy, but of course he still has more time to gain in this final sector. And over the line for Mihai, that is a 155.5424, yeah, 6.6 seconds gained in the end, and that's very well into the top 10, top 3 even for Mihai, but his qualifying is now over and done with. He can't put any more laps in. We've got Maxi and then JM. Is JM on another push lap? No, he's not. Maxi is though. Yeah, currently 13th, he needs an improvement here. Of course, we're going to want to be a lot further up the field than that. 54.162 the lap for everyone to beat right now. Can Phantom hold onto that pole position? Maxi over the line. He is going to go into P3. And right now it could be absolutely anyone on pole position. Viral up massively. Almost 3 seconds. And Viral is definitely on to beat Phantom Fox here to pole position. If he has a good final sector. And that looked pretty decent. Over the line for Viral. And that is pole position. 1.5 seconds clear of Phantom Fox. Has anyone got anything anywhere near that? Showmul is 1.6 seconds up, but that still is not nearly enough. Phantom up by 0.3, not nearly enough. He needs 1.5 seconds. Surely not.
That's the second sector.
Nowhere near. A full second Phantom is behind him in the end. Sean Moore up by 1.6, like I said. He's looking fast. Akosin up by 8/10 again. Gabri over the line. That's only third fastest for our championship leader. Then we've got Sean, and he beats Gabri to third. Not quite enough for Phantom. A lot of cars over the line at once now. Akosin 9th, Kuko 5th.
Goes 5th.
Then Aussie over the line into third. Up next the V-Cup of Ewek and then Pinky. Ewek into P8 and Pinky into P2. Right in the depth of qualifying. 53.505, puts himself on the front row. But what a lap that was to secure pole position by a huge margin in the end for Viral. 8/10 clear of Pinky and 9/10 clear of Phantom. I mean, look at the gap from Pinky to Sean, 1.5 tenths, and then it's 8/10 in front. The gap from Pinky to JM is closer than the gap from Pinky to Viral. Unbelievable stuff.
Only the second sector, that's the thing.
And the full grid, yeah, Viral, Pinky, Phantom, Aussie, Sean, Gabri, Kuko, J, Pix, Maxi, Bazooka, Mihai, Akosin, always, Alex G, and Action Rick finally in P16 with Cheeseburger without a lap in P17.
Where is this going to be spicy?
The grid is very jumbled up. This is for sure going to be interesting. There are a lot of drivers. There's no one, I think, like totally out of position, but there are drivers who are, you know, like 3-4 places further up than you expect. Oh my god,
no
that is unbelievable. How does Viral disconnect from pole? That's unbelievable, and it won't even let me invite him. I'll try it from the game.
Twice.
There we go. Invite sent to Viral. Yeah, hopefully he can get back in as soon as possible, but the race start will be done by his AI. So it's very likely that Pinky will take the lead off the line. Or, well, who's P3? Phantom. Take the lead off the line. For sure, I think Viral will be jumped before he can get back in control of the car. And that is, well, that's unbelievably annoying for Viral to get a lap time like that, 8/10 clear of anyone, and to have it taken away from him with a connection issue.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be ready to settle in for the race ahead.
And Sean on hard, it's the only one.
Ready for the battle once the lights go out.
Oh.
Interesting call that Sean is in the hards. The hards around here last for a very, very long time, but they are also a lot slower than the mediums, so that man is going to suffer. They are well over a second slower when both tires are fresh. Of course, that doesn't last for long. The mediums wear out a lot faster. The hard, of course, being 2 steps harder with the tire allocation selected by Pirelli around here. But at the very least, off the line and for the first 4-5 laps, Sean is going to be in a lot of trouble. Then he'll have a big undercut of everyone else on him as well. So this is a risky strat, but it maybe can work out. We'll see. And what is that parking? Lads. Well, it's the AI, but okay, they figured it out. We're fine. But yeah, Viral still not back in the lobby. That means Pinky is our effective race leader. Still, it's Viral's AI on the left-hand side on pole position. It's 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go here in Belgium. And Phantom has a great start, already alongside Pinky. Viral's AI covers the outside line. Of course, everyone goes right through him. Phantom takes the lead, up the inside. On the first corner, he makes contact with Vossi, and there's a big crash behind. That's multiple cars off in the gravel. That's Kuko, Mihai, JM, and Action Rig all involved. Up at the front, Pinky pushing Phantom up Eau Rouge. Under pressure from Aussie as well. Might see a 3-way battle here, down towards Lickholm. Pinky the slipstream of Phantom. Aussie looking to close in. Pinky to the outside line. AC gonna outbrake Phantom on the outside. He tries to. They make contact. Pinky and Phantom both have a moment for Aussie. They both catch the car, but Aussie slips through into the lead of the Grand Prix. All of a sudden, Gabri up into P3 as well. What a start. This is Gabri now putting pressure on Phantom. On Pinky, sorry. But can't quite get through into Bruxelles. Somehow I would say I still running P6 after all that. Let's have a quick breath. Collect ourselves, and we have a next overtake here. Cheeseburger with an unreal start from dead last on the grid, already into P10. Looking for a move on Alex G here into P9. Doesn't quite work out because, of course, a move into Puon is going to be very unlikely to work out. And Aussie in control of this race. It looks like he's already 7.5 tenths clear of Pinky. I hope no one picked up any damage from all of those little contacts we saw on the first lap. Sean doing a great job. He held on to P5. Well, he lost 1 place to Gabri off the line. And then regained it with Viral, of course, dropping backwards. I'll send Viral another invite, hopefully. He's gone offline.
He'll probably be starting his console.
Yeah.
This was chaotic.
Yeah, certainly.
Right, then big losers will Rival, Cuckoo and JM. Winner Aussie. Oh no.
Oh, we've got Alex G and Cheeseburger side by side out of La Source. And Cheeseburger pulls ahead. What an opening lap. He's already up to P8. Akusin now side by side with Maxi up a roost. Surely not. Surely not. Akusin backs out, but now is a run. Pinky though, with the DRS, looking for a move for the lead. Yes, we have to switch onto that as he goes past Aussie down the straight. Aussie doesn't have an answer. Akusin, Maxi, oh my goodness me, 3-4 wide, down the camel straight. What is going on here in the midfield? This is absolute cinema, and there's a few moments for Austria as well, as now Bazooka slips through on both Maxi and Alex G. And there's contact on the exit, that's Alex G, I think. Round has a moment where Austria goes into another car, I think it was Pigs that he's taken with him. And that is a major wing damage for Pigs. Well, wing damage. Wing is gone. Viral back in the lobby. And he has dropped from quite literally pole position to dead last in the time that he's taken to get back into the lobby, and will now take some minutes while to control the car. And now Alex G has left the session. I wonder if that's a rage quit or a disconnect. The top 5 breaking away from this in the field. Cheeseburger, please, on the back of his teammate now. Already up 10 places! Akusin up 7. What is Red Bull cooking? Gained 7 and 10 already. 17 places gained between them. That's the entire field. 2 laps in, Red Bull has passed the field.
And Aussie. Wow, this.
Oh, Gabri looking for a switchback on Aussie. Yes, Aussie has a bad exit. But Gabri gets caught up in the dirty air.
Fast Maxi. In the bus stop.
Too many old ticks at once, lads. Calm down. Oh my god. Always Kuko, JM, 3 right into La Source. As Maxi is on the outside of Mia into La Source as well. JM runs out of room on the exit. Aussie close behind Pinky, might be another swap for the lead here.
Cheeseburger gets past Akusin.
And Aussie not quite close enough, has to stick behind Pinky for the moment. And here we've got Maxi in the slipstream of Mihai, but he's just a little bit too far behind. Mihai defending the inside as well. Good defending there. Kuku already with a 3-second time penalty.
Uh-oh.
Alex G and Pix both in the pit lane, of course, with the damage that they got from the incident. Alex G's AI making that call. I mean, I'll invite him in case he does want to rejoin, but I reckon it was a rage quit. Oh no, he actually had a disconnect. He said, did I time out or did everyone leave?
Oh.
So on his screen it's probably P1 right now. Cheeseburger, please, is doing an almighty job. He's almost in DRS range to lead us. What is going on here?
Amazing.
Unbelievable stuff.
Gabi is pushing Aussie through the bus stop. Until the bus stop.
We've got a top 6 train then. Sean has been caught by Cheeseburger, please.
Already, it's crazy.
Pinky followed very closely by Aussie, so we are going to see a swap down the camel straight, I imagine. Although Pinky has got a bit more ES, so maybe he can hold on if he wants to. Alex G now back in the lobby, but he is 30 seconds off from the field. And his entire top 6 trained fairly close together, I think. Aussie. Maybe. He's out of ES though already.
Just Phantom goes for Gabi.
Oh, and Phantom is gaining. But now these pulls on the slipstream. Just about. Not enough road, not enough ES, not enough straight line speed. Well, ES he had plenty, just didn't use it for some reason. Phantom playing it patient, waiting for a better opportunity at the end maybe. He knows it's a very long race, and with the start chaos we had there, There's surely more inbound. Kuku and JM have got to make a bit of a comeback drive after those lap 1 incidents. I think a driver to watch out for here for sure is Cheeseburger, please, because... how? Just how is he here? He started dead last. He went through like a goddamn war sort of a midfield within 4 laps. And now is on the back of the lead terrain. And of course Sean, on those hard tires, is fighting with one arm tied behind his back for the moment. His time will come later in the race when he makes a switch to mediums and he can hopefully get back into this train. And Cheeseburger looking up the inside, putting Sean under pressure, and Sean already getting loose. And now a beautiful switchback. What a move by Cheeseburger, that's textbook. Dummy the inside, make Sean nervous, get him to lock the rears, have him make a mistake or two, and then go for the switchback on the exit. Phantom is all over Gabri, who is struggling to keep the S to Aussie. Because Aussie trying to make everything he can happen to pass Pinky.
Down to Rouge.
And here comes Phantom against Gabri on the outside into Lecom. They are side by side all the way down. Gabri breaks later on the inside and holds on to P3. No, he doesn't. Phantom comes back through in the second part, and Gabri now back through on the inside in the third part. What a battle. This is all the way through, and Phantom in the end has pulled ahead around the outside on the exit of Lecom. Picks retiring in the pit lane at the end of lap 4.
It's a shame you missed it, but Kuku and James just went side by side through and nothing happened.
Yeah, there is too much going on at once. I was with the leaders. I heard you saying it. It's like I can't switch right now. Phantom is making a move on Gabri.
That's a problem.
There's too much action. It's a very nice problem to have. With that battle that Phantom and Gabri had, Aussie has taken the opportunity to try and break DRS in the cars behind.
And yes, right 10th.
Yeah, right now Phantom not in DRS range to his teammate. And Aussie is not really in a position to try and let him back into it, because he has to worry about losing DRS to Pinky himself. Maxi had a wobble out of Stavalo, clearly he's lost 3 places.
Round the outside into bus stop on Gabri. And makes it sick.
He lost that bus stop chicane, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Last lap was Sean, now Gabri. 6 laps into the race from P17 to P4. I mean, surely not. Surely you can't just go last or first like that.
Not in 8 laps.
I mean, he looked fast in Division 1. He did well. But not like... He's... I don't know, not that... yeah, not that well. And the Hearts, I think, are coming into their own already. Oh, no, I did say 5 laps. Well, on lap 6, just finished 5 laps. And now Sean makes the move on Gabri. Gabri back down to P6. And Phantom still hovering just outside a second to his teammate Aussie. He needs to try and get into that DNS range. Otherwise, I mean, we've seen the charge that Cheeseburger has been on here. He's surely not going to wait long behind Phantom. And Phantom's not going to want to make it easy for him here. Both Saubers hard at work trying to stay in the DRS of Pinky. Pinky showing a great pace right now. Almost breaking out of DRS to Aussie, who's almost out of DRS to Phantom. But as it stands, at least, the entire top 6 in one DRS train. But it's so close, the margins, they can't allow themselves even the tiniest of mistakes. And as I say that, I think Aussie has literally missed DRS by a few thousands there. That could be Pinky's chance to drive away now.
Gabri fits now.
Gabri with a big undercut, and that is very much a reasonable strategy. The Hard can last that long easily.
Maxi goes in as well.
And Gabri, of course, is going to try and, well, jump that entire train in front of him. And this can for sure work.
Yes.
Especially if they're going to keep battling, because Cheeseburger has a run on Phantom, but he's very low in ES. Is he going to run out of road? Phantom with a run on his teammate Aussie. And Cheeseburger looking for the outside line. Phantom not going for the dive in the end. Cheeseburger stuck behind as well. No movement there, but they are costing to the time for sure. And that is crucial time that Gabri's gaining on them.
Gap to Gabri is 21 seconds.
From Pinky to Gabri.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll get out of Pinky, but I think he will come out in P2 behind Pinky. And that is when we were P6 beforehand. Very good. I really like that strategy from Gabri to go for an aggressive undercut like that on a track.
He has nothing to lose, basically.
Yeah, for one, the gap behind is 5 seconds, so him being on old tires, he won't be caught by that second train. And this gives him an opportunity to come out ahead of all those guys. And yeah, the tire wear around here on those hards is so minimal that a 1 or 2 lap undercut will not hurt you much in the long run. Because your tire disadvantage will not be that big as it would be on other tracks with more more tire wear. We'll see if they respond to Gabri's undercut. Of course, Sauber is in a tough spot here. They can only pit one car at a time.
Pinky stays.
And Aussie's in. No one else though. The entire rest of that top 4, of course, well, Sean obviously staying out, but the other 3 also still out. That's Akusin diving into the pit lane, who is leading that second train. We've got Kukur, Mihai and Viral in as well. And Cheeseburger is all over like a phantom, who doesn't have the DRS of his teammate this time around, so this should be an easy target. The question is, what's Sean gonna do? Is Sean gonna try and get them both here? Because he's flying in with a lot of overspeed. And here comes Sean. They are 3 wide, down towards Lecom. Sean inside, Cheeseburger middle, Phantom outside. It all works out cleanly, and Sean does get them both. Phantom loses 2 places in one go.
That's the hard tires.
Yep, they are really coming to their own now. And this is where Sean's strategy comes alive.
Gabri is oversynced behind Aussie.
What on earth? Gabri's weaving as well. How has Gabri lost so much time? I mean, I know the hards are tough to warm up, and I know the hards are not the fastest, but he's lost a significant amount of time to Aussie. And it's not like 7 laps on medium, because the mediums do actually work quite a bit, because the mediums are still a normal compound for this track. The hards are just ridiculously hard.
That's what the McLarens are fighting.
I know, Maxi lets him through in the end, but I think he cost Rival some time beforehand. Yeah, I'm very surprised that Gabri came out not just behind Aussie, but well behind. Aussie now, though, on the back of Action Rig, so needs to try and get around him quickly to make sure he doesn't lose time to the guys ahead, to Phantom, Cheeseburger, Sean and Pinky. Pinky now 3 seconds in the lead. He has taken that opportunity that was given to him with the gap. He's now in the pit lane. So is Cheeseburger and so is Phantom. That leaves only Sean of this lead group, of course, still out on track. Bazooka is in.
Staying out.
And always in as well. Leaves only Action Rig and JM still on the medians. Let's see what Action Rig's gonna do this lap. I think Aussie will be hoping he comes in, and he is. But Aussie has been caught by Gabri. He lost a bit of time behind Action Rig. And here's Pinky out the pit lane, and he comes out well ahead of Gabri and Aussie. Aussie though coming out ahead of Cheeseburger, please, and the same goes for Gabri, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
So that has worked out nicely for Aussie and Gabri. They are now in effective P2 and 3.
Yes, he can counter.
And he has good straight line speed,
as well.
But his tires won't be warm yet, so he won't be able to brake quite as late as Gabri can, I reckon. Let's see, Gabri on the inside line, is he gonna outbrake the Red Bull? Not quite, but then you see the understeer kick in mid-corner. Cheeseburger tried to outbrake him and went straight on.
Warm tires.
Yep, the tires weren't warm yet, and that's allowed Gabri to hold on to the position for now. But Cheeseburger is for sure gonna keep putting the pressure on him, and he looks absolutely rapid.
Right then, Sean, it's your thing now. 14 seconds.
Yeah, Sean basically needs to put the foot down, get as much lap time as he can. Of course, he will come out behind all of those guys. He will come out between Phantom and Akusin, I imagine. I think that's the crucial thing for Sean, actually. To come out in front of Akusin. Or well, whoever, Cooper as well. Whoever's leading that second train. To come out in this gap between Phantom and the next cars.
The gap between him and Akusin is actually increasing, so it might be actually Cuckoo. This next while on track then.
Well, yeah, I reckon Kuka will make a move on Akkusin soon. He's been in the ES Ventures lap. I think next lap he might get him. And, well, yeah. Kuka would be, I think, the one driver that he'd be fine to be behind, because Kuka wouldn't get in his way. Of course, being his teammate, he has all the reason to try and let him go and have Sean have a go at the win. But yeah, I think Sean is in a very good spot here. There is a bit of a gap between the leading train and the next train. So him going longer and being undercut by everyone won't cause him much loss of track position, only against the guys he was racing directly, and then he will have a big tire advantage over them, as Maxi has a tire in the pit lane. And yeah, we'll see if Sean can make that gap back up, but for now, we've got a nice old school battle here as Gabi is closing, and Aussie goes for the inside over the grass.
Talks up, but makes a stick.
What a move. I mean, I think you could have also just driven past on the outside, but yeah. I respect the aura farming for, like, just for the love of the game. That pass on the grass was not necessary. There was so much space on the outside. Well, you know, Gabri, with a championship on the line, still going for risky moves for, like, no reason whatsoever. I love it. That's what we want to see. That's a proper racer. And Kugo has made the move on Akkus as well. He's now up into P8. Viral on his comeback drive at the moment in P12. Looking to chase after Always and Bazooka up ahead. And yeah, I reckon for Viral the most that's still possible here is catching up to Kuko for that, well, currently P8, which will turn to P7, I imagine, when JM pits. But that top 6 group of JM now in the pit lane of Sean, Pinky, Gabri, Aussie, Cheeseburger and Phantom, I think is too far ahead for anyone else to catch if there are no safety cars, as we are halfway through the race now. Of course, Gabri, Aussie, Cheeseburger, Phantom hard at work trying to catch back up to Pinky. But Pinky in a great spot for this race. Cheeseburger up the inside on Aussie. His charge to the field continues, and what a move that was. Committed on the brakes, got alongside before the turning point, and Viral is retired from the session, and that is also in the pit lane.
Both McLaren's out.
Yep. That's a real shame, because Viral, I think, had a great chance in this race to get some really, really good results after the Vegas win.
And Cheeseburger gets
another pole.
After Gabri on the outside. Still 7 sides will come. And makes the stick for now. Can Gabri counter? He tries, but doesn't. Amazing.
My chin is on the floor, I can't believe it. What a way to announce yourself to Division 2. Cheeseburger. That move on Aussie into the first corner, and then to make that move on the outside of the championship leader. And not just by, Gabri is by far the strongest driver this season. He's been, he's 60 points in the lead right now, so that is the man to beat. And I think Cheeseburger has just beaten him in the most spectacular way possible.
Ja. Also,
what a move!
Before Ausstieg was 9 attempts, just barely DS, and he still got it. Amazing.
I want to know what wings he's on actually, yeah, because he's also currently, I think, matching speed with Gabri, even though Gabri has slipstream on him and they're both on medium ERS. I don't think it's unlikely that Gabri will re-overtake him on the next ERS straight, but maybe I'm loving this battle. I think Pinky is also loving this battle because they are definitely losing time to him.
Yeah. But I think Gabri found his nemesis for now. Amazing.
Oh, Cheeseburger's gonna a little bit wide. Oh, but look at the exit. That might even have been on purpose because it sort of ruined Gabri's exit, and he himself had a great one. And that could be the crucial 10 for 2. Gabri's missing it into the straight once again. We'll see. He's getting closer and closer up for Rouge. And Cheeseburger is burning some ES as well, trying to hold on to the position. He's still covering the inside. Gabri in the slipstream, closing in. But it's a little bit too far. Exactly those 1 or 2 tenths that I talked about on the exit of Lassos. What a difference in the end. Cheeseburger holds on to P3. But yeah, for Sean and Pinky, this is exactly what they need.
Always gets 3 seconds.
The gap from... Oh! Aussie's off!
Aussie's off.
At no name, he makes a mistake, goes on the grass on the entry, and lost the car, loses the place to his teammate Phantom, drops down to 6th position. Phantom now has to push hard to try and stay in DRS bench to Gabri to keep Sauber in this fight. As I was saying, the gap from Sean to Kuko, 20.3 seconds, 20.9 to Akuzin. So I think Sean is just on the verge of coming out in front of that second train, and it would be absolutely crucial if he does.
Oh.
I mean, if it was just Kuko, I think he'd be fine, because Kuko won't battle him, but
not the straight.
There are 4 cars right up Kuko's ass. So if he comes out behind all those guys, and Sean, with a very early pit stop onto the medium tires.
That's early.
Very early. Need some management for sure. Of course, this releases Pinky into the lead. Cheeseburger, Gabri, Phantom, Aussie, all coming out ahead. Where is Kuko? Is Kuko gonna come out behind his teammate? I think. Or Sean.
It's gonna be super close.
Very lucky. Yeah, I think a lap maybe more. I think, or maybe even 2 laps because the tire difference wasn't that big. But Sean, crucially, in clean air, 3 seconds the gap to Aussie ahead as Phantom looking for the move on Gabri. The outside line into Lecom seems to be the way to go. They make contact though, and Phantom goes off track. Doesn't get a track penalty somehow. Surely a warning at least, but he comes out behind Gabri.
He didn't.
All staying the same in the end, and Sean has gained some time from that. And then you see Sean in the background closing in. Looking to get involved in the fight. But as we are nearing the end of the race, we're only just over halfway actually, but it's looking very much like Pinky has this one under control. The gap to Cheeseburger.
4 seconds.
Growing, but look at Sean, how much he's already closed in. I think if there's one guy who can catch Pinky here, it won't be Cheeseburger, it won't be Gabri, Phantom or Aussie, it'll be Sean.
Maybe Sean. But then again,
the only question is that medium. I think he pinned the lap too early.
10 laps.
I mean, it will last, but he will definitely drop some pace at the end.
Did 10 laps as well. 11 actually, I think. So yeah, 10 laps.
We'll see how it goes for him. He's not in DRS yet, but I think by next lap he'll have him. The problem for him is that all 4 of these guys are right behind each other, and they have DRS to each other, as JM making the move on Akuzin into La Source. But that does leave him without DRS up the cover straight. Kuko's now broken away from the train. And Akuzin has a great chance to re-overtake JM. And for Kuko, this little battle is great news. It gives him the opportunity to drive away and try and get that 3-second gap that he needs to hold on to the place.
1 second. Because Gabi tries to get past.
And Akuzin re-overtakes JM for P8. JM looking for a switch back through Lecom. What a move this could be! Unbelievable stuff. They're still side by side though, as Akuzin goes to the gravel on the exit. His entire car is covered in gravel. If you look at the side, but same for JM. Looks more like a rally car than an F1 car at this point.
Amazing.
Yeah, if you go on board with Akuzin, like the entire car, it's just gravel. Someone should tell him to try and stay on the asphalt. Maybe, oh, to be fair, his race is going quite well, so he knows what he's doing clearly.
Sean is under 1 second.
And he's got some good EAS on him as well.
Now the fun begins.
Oh, but Sean with a big mistake! Drops the tire on the curbing of Stavolo, and immediately the car snaps the other way. He does catch it, but that's a crucial 2.5 seconds loss, and that is the fight for the win for Sean well and truly over. He's not gonna get that time to Pinky back.
Akuzin did the same as me. That's the same mistake. Goes off as well.
That's curb at Stavolo has been an insta-spin curb for like 3 games now?
3 games. Yeah.
When's the first time they changed that curb? 23, right? Or even 22?
Well, basically last game, but...
For sure 24, but I think 23 as well. How are people still touching it?
Reasons.
Knee-high tires in the pit lane.
Akuzin goes...
Phantom with a great run on Gabri.
Makes sick. Yeah, it does. But gets a warning.
But Gabri outbreaks him into Lecom, holds on to 3rd place. Akuzin defends against Bazooka. Holds on to 9th.
Get the penalty. Like, he makes his moves swoosh, but gets the penalty. It's such a shame. And I think that mistake from Sean cost him at least, well, P1. If not more.
I mean, he will drive back off this train once more. But he's cost himself a lap or two there, for sure.
And even more tire, yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly... His race in terms of P1 is over. I think P2 is still on, because all he has to do is pass these guys. Which,
Aussie! It saves it!
Well, that's one down for Sean, but Aussie has gone into the wall and he has wing damage.
Don't touch that thing, guys.
And that is his race down the drain there. The front right end plate missing. Hopefully he doesn't have to make a pit stop.
He probably does.
But, the damage doesn't look that big. I reckon he can bring it home and try and bring some points home. We'll see. Is Aussie gonna pit? No, he's gonna stay out.
No, he's staying out.
But for sure it's made his job a lot more difficult. He is essentially racing JM now on track and Kluko on penalty. And that's it really. So we'll see where Aussie ends up, P6 to P8. Damage shouldn't be that big to drop him into the fight between Akusin and Bazooka and Always.
And Gabri goes again.
And this time he's got him.
Fast.
He's too close for Cheeseburger to try and hold on. Gabri back up into P2.
JM gets past Aussie as well.
Yeah, Aussie, of course, with no DRS, doesn't have much of a defense.
Excellent.
Swap for P9 there. Pinky still 4 seconds clear of second place. That gap hasn't really been moving much either direction in the last few laps. So yeah, that's the opportunity where the Saubers were in 2 and 3 and just ever so slightly ended up a second behind him. He's taken that, ran away with it. And now he's just controlling the race, controlling the pace. Doing a great job on the lead there, Garber with a bit of a snap. But that's captured very nicely. Cheeseburger though quite close behind. We might see another swap down in the ES straights here. Got a lot more ES as well as Cheeseburger. And the same goes for Phantom, a lot of ES on him. Sean looking to close into the DRS range. Turning this into a 4-way fight now. No DRS yet down the main straight. But hopefully for him, up on Rouge, he'll be within a second. And Cheeseburger very, very close behind Gabri, so we are almost certainly going to see another swap for P2. Gabri though, playing some DRS games here, making him make the overtake before Rouge. So I think that's Gabri officially giving up on P1. He's decided Pinky's too far away and he is going to
coming as well.
Do nothing apart from battle for the second place with Cheeseburger. And it's worked out this time. But now he's shown his cards. He's shown Cheeseburger what the plan is, and that's the trick I would have kept up my sleeve until the last lap, really. Because until then, it doesn't really matter if you're ahead or behind. The only lap that will matter is lap 22. Because very clearly these guys are equal on pace, and or at least close to equal on pace. And neither one is going to gap the other one. Battle for 6 going on as well. Kuko has been caught by JM. Aussie's wing damage definitely costing him more than I thought it would. He is nowhere near those two, and he's being caught by Bazooka fairly quickly. As Always picks up a time penalty. And Shaw with almost a full EIS charge, but Phantom also. All 4 of these guys have got almost 100%.
They know what we're doing.
What a switch from Division 3, man.
Yeah. Cheeseburger already
goes
to the
yeah,
move.
Gabri's playing some insane DRS games now.
Oh mate. I hope this works out.
He went none pretty much all the way from Stavolo, and Phantom has gone deep. And here comes Sean maybe.
What's the switchback?
With a good exit on the final corner. Sean is on the long side, on the outside, into Stavolo. Stavolo? Los dos. But he locks the rears.
Still side by side.
And Phantom isn't backing out, but I think he's not. Yeah, he doesn't have the plate and speed to stay alongside, and now Sean pulls ahead into a Rouge, but he's low on ES, and Phantom might just come back at him. In fact, Sean is under 10%, and here comes Phantom. Phantom back alongside on the outside, slightly ahead into the break zone. Sean is gonna try and brake as late as he dares. And they make a bit of contact on the apex of the second part of Lecom. Phantom with another save he has to do. But he does catch it. And he does well, end up behind Sean, but holds on to P5. Now Cheeseburger leads the train. Gabri's DAS games haven't worked this time around, or maybe he was intentionally staying behind. The problem is, I'm not sure if he helped himself with those games, because it's gonna allow Sean to come in a lot closer.
Gabi has 2 warnings. Cheeseburger none.
So Gabi has to be very careful of that as well.
Sean has 2 as well.
Sean might be struggling. I think the mediums are starting to show signs of wear by now, because he's over a second back from Gabri. That leaves Gabri
yes again.
Alone with Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger full, nearly.
Yeah, and Sean, no DRS on Gabri. He is very much vulnerable to being re-overtaken by Phantom down the next straight. Although he just closed in about 3 tenths on one exit, that's interesting. Gabri is going to look for the move on Cheeseburger this time around, I don't think, because he's, yeah, not enough EAS in the tank, and he's, well, closing in a bit now. Closing in quite a bit up on Rouge. That is going to be Gabri now, rocketing past Cheeseburger with the DAS enabled. And Cheeseburger lets him go as well. Well, has to let him go, doesn't have much of a choice really.
Was Bazooka gets past OC.
Well, I said he wouldn't be caught by Bazooka, Ackerson and Owais, and I was completely wrong. He's been caught and overtaken by Bazooka. Ackerson and Owais now staring at the back of him. And Ackerson sends it under braking into Bruchel. An aggressive move by the Red Bull man. And he makes it stick. Oh, very aggressive though on the exit as well. But he does get through. And he's gotten himself a car between himself and Owais, the guy he was battling earlier. Heading to the last 3 laps of the race now. Almost a full charge of battery for Cheeseburger.
Again.
And he's looking for a move into the Bastard again, into the Blanchimont even. On the inside line. And he pulls ahead of Gabri. So Cheeseburger clearly not interested in the DRS games, he just wants the track position.
Maybe he's hoping for Sean to attack.
Yeah, I think that will make his life easier at this point, because Gabri seems to have sort of no qualms about playing DRS games. He seems to be very happy to do that, in fact. And now look at the exit on Cheeseburger going so wide, and now...
And the exit.
Yeah, gains a good amount of time. That's a very good strategy if you know that the guy you're racing...
Sean's no close on Gabri.
Has given up on putting good lap times in.
Could be a double overtake now for Sean.
Oh. He's going to run off EAS here, but Gabri will overtake Cheeseburger. Will Sean get him as well? I think he will.
Maybe even both.
And Sean is ahead of Cheeseburger. Sean sent it on the inside. And what a move by Sean to get them both down the Camel Straight. Sean up into second place. Now, the crucial question is, can Gabri stay with Sean, or maybe even just come right back at him into Bruchel? He had a look up the inside, but he doesn't quite have the same braking power on those older hards as Sean has on the, well, not so fresh mediums anymore. But clearly fresh enough. Because look at how late he braked into Lecom. And getting the move on Gabri done. Oh, Cheeseburger with a dummy to the inside on Gabri. The pressure is on for sure on Gabri.
But to get to Pinky 6 seconds is amazing.
Yeah, Pinky is fully taking advantage of all this battling, and he's just checked out in front. And at this point, you can confidently say Pinky has won this race.
Cheeseburger already comes back at Gabri and gets past him.
Captain Gabby by surprise through Blanchimont now.
Does he?
They are side by side into the bus stop. Sean covering in the middle of the track. And that gets Gabby caught behind him. Cheeseburger goes through. On the outside on Gabby to the inside of Sean into the next part. But Sean pulls ahead down the main straight. Now Cheeseburger back alongside through La Sauce. And then leave it a good amount of space. A very nice, clean racing here on show from the guys. Now a bit of DRS games on X, and I think Cheeseburger is the one who's going to have the DRS here, as he was ever so slightly behind him. Oh my god, and they are all caught so close. I think it was just the dirty air, but I don't think Sean would have brake them up the hill. And Cheeseburger now looking for the outside, but Sean is just about far enough ahead.
Meanwhile,
to stay in second place.
And James getting close again.
They actually are going to join this train by next lap if they keep going out like this.
The last lap, yeah.
If Kuku didn't have a penalty, he might actually have a chance of finishing a bit higher. And JM has got Kuku in front of him, unfortunately, so I don't feel much of a factor. But the fact they've caught back up is crazy. And of course, they had that first lap crash, and there's been no safety cars, just on pure pace. They've made their way back into this position.
Oh, what fighting can do.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Pinky probably is the fastest driver in this race, but not to the extent that he like gaps everyone by 7 seconds. But these guys have been going at it.
And I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's great. We've got one more chance for Cheeseburger, for Gabby to make something happen, for Phantom to get involved. But he's a bit far back for that, really. Gabby looking for a move on Cheeseburger to the bus stop, maybe. Cheeseburger covers the inside. Gabby can't outbrake him by that much, but now switching him with switchback as Cheeseburger has him. Oh, and there comes Phantom! Where's he come from? And now they are side by side down the main straight. Phantom is going to try and outbrake Gabby, surely on the outside line into La Sauce. Yes, they bang wheels. And Gabby pulls ahead on the exit. Ever so slightly, but now Phantom has a lot more ES, he can probably get him up the hill. Cheeseburger is barely in DRS to Sean, and Sean has got this P2 under wraps, surely. Here comes Phantom on Gabby, Gabby's out of ES, and Phantom will drive past him on the outside line. Here comes Kuku as well, and Gabby's gonna lose another place. Down the cover straight, Kuku looks on the inside of Phantom, but not quite, and Gabby's stuck in 6th place, got Phantom 2 cars up the road now. Kuku in his way, preventing him to overtake him. Gabby will finish this race in 5th at best as it stands, unless a miracle happens on this last lap and he makes 2 overtakes somehow on this last half a lap. If anything, he has to look backwards toward JM more than he can look in front, because Kuku doesn't really matter.
I think Cheeseburger is gonna try it into the bus stop.
Well, he has to, it's his last chance, but Sean has a good amount of ES, and I think Sean has got just enough tire to hold on here. As Pinky is driving towards his victory, entering the last sector. What a return this is to Division 2 as a full-time driver, and he's immediately gonna pick up a race win for V-Cup in dominant fashion here. As we have a quick look in behind again. Is Cheeseburger anywhere close enough to Sean? I don't think so. They are both gonna burn the ES all the way down to the bus stop.
He's gaining.
Yeah, but will this be enough? He's gaining.
James going for the same on Gabby.
Here we have Pinky crossing the line to win the Belgian Grand Prix. JM has passed Gabby. Cheeseburger setting up a switchback on the extra bus stop. Sean is loose, and Cheeseburger side by side over the line, and it is gonna be Sean by 39,000, keeping P2. And Phantom JM has beaten Gabby. Gabby finishes only in 5th, Kuku in 7th, Bazooka in 8th. 4 points from Mercedes there. Akuzin over the line in 9th with always in 10th, but Aussie jumps them both. Aussie in 9th, Akuzin 10th, always 11th. Then we've got Action Rick and Alex G still going. The fast lap of the race is going to go to Alex G. The bonus point to him and to Alpine. And what a race that was. Unbelievable stuff.
The last sector alone, amazing.
Division 2 is so back, lads. I can't even begin to describe how much Division 2 is back and how much I've loved that.
Honestly, guys, please more of this next week. Even if it's
at Singapore,
we're loving this.
Just 3 wide, 4 wide everywhere, yeah, sure. If they pull that off, I'm gonna give everyone a medal.
Amazing. But honestly, amazing there from Pinky and from Cheeseburger, coming from that far. 14 places. I'd
Just
say
wow.
a pretty decent debut.
What a return for Pinky. What a debut for Cheeseburger. What a race. And for Gabri, the first major setback in the championship. I mean, he's P6, so still 8 points on his tally. But everybody else is close in. Of course, Pinky hasn't raced so far this season. Those 25 points are going to be his first on the board. Did he race as a reserve maybe already? I'm not sure. Standings? No, Pinky isn't on here. So yeah, this was Pinky's first race back. So with those 25 points, he does jump into the top 10 of standings, I think. Sean Moore secures P2 in the standings right now and gains 10 points on Garby. So the gap from previously 62 points now down to 52 points from Garby to Sean. It's something. It's a start.
It's something. Yeah.
If Sean gains 10 points every race, you know it's an easy win.
It's the start of something. Who knows? Yeah. But amazing race, honestly. If this is gonna happen every race now, it's just gonna be amazing.
This is what Division 2 is all about, man. Yeah. That is... What a race. What a race. I don't know, I've got no words to describe what I've just seen. I mean... Probably after Vegas, the best race of the season so far. That's what I mean. I think Vegas is unbeatable, but this was also one hell of a race. I mean, yeah, just no safety cars or nothing. No drama really.
Racing,
some drama, I guess. There was some incidents, but nothing like crazy. Just a first lap, you know.
It's
stuff.
a first lap, so yeah, what do you expect? But clean racing overall.
Yeah, great racing all the way through, and so much of it. Absolutely love to see. That is what we want to see in F1 Total and in Division 2 and every division. Yeah, we've got one more race for you guys before the Christmas break next week at Singapore, the Singapore Grand Prix. My favorite track on the game. Of course, the Division 1 Belgian Grand Prix as well this weekend on Saturday at 7:30 PM UK. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's so much stuff I need to say about that race, but I can't find the words right now. So I think the best thing I can do is just end it as quickly as possible. Say, yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you to the drivers for putting on, yeah, an absolutely amazing show there. Going for the moves every single lap. I don't think there was a single lap that race where there wasn't someone going for something, and that is what you love to see. That is how you want racing to be. None of that, you know, waiting for the last lap nonsense that you see so much in league racing. People just really went for it. Yeah, congratulations to Pinky. I think he didn't quite get the flowers he deserved for that race, because there was so much else going on. I couldn't really just watch the leader go around on his own, doing well, but doing nothing essentially, nothing of interest anyway. And I hope to see much more of Cheeseburger in Division 2. That was...
Yeah, same. Amazing. From, what, 7 teams?
Yeah, dead last in the grid. He couldn't get in the lobby for the first 10 minutes of qualifying, didn't put a lap in, and by lap 4 or something was on the lead train, and then... Yeah, just an all-out brawl.
But that first lap was amazing. Like, well, the first few gains, what, 10 positions, about 3 laps? Yeah... Please, more of this, guys.
Yeah, yeah, I've said what I need to say. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that race. If you didn't, you just don't like racing, so... you definitely enjoyed that race. Yeah, have a good evening, and after that race, I am certain I'll be seeing you next week as well. Surely you can't miss the next one. Yeah, have a good evening, and goodbye.
Bye.